Well, that was a fun one here at Moda Center on a Monday night as the Blazers get the big-time win for the Philadelphia 76ers. The final tonight, 135-118. Fans had a ball. We all did. And, of course, we will be discussing the play of one Toumani Camara, who was exquisite tonight on both ends of the floor. Could not miss. Just awesome. But first, Michael, I have to get your biggest storyline of the game as a whole.
Thank you for asking, Brooke.
You're welcome.
My biggest storyline was the rebounding. It was incredible. 51-33 or 60-45 if you want to add the team rebounds. And 20 of those were on the offensive end for the Blazers. So they extended possessions. They kept the Sixers on defense. And of those 20 offensive rebounds, the Trailblazers scored 30 second chance points.
And what's interesting, it wasn't a huge night for Donovan on the boards.
No, Donovan was pedestrian on the boards tonight. Donovan had, just 7 rebounds. But the return of Denny Avia with a game high, 10 rebounds.
That helped. That helped big time. All right, so threes. We know you have some illustrations you'd like to show the folks.
Yeah, there's a lot of ways you get threes. I always want to parse them out, Brooke. And the best way to do it is to visually unpack how the Trailblazers got their threes. 76ers stayed in pressure, and they gave Denny Avia a lot of extra attention. Donovan clinging, Drummond, you need a GPS to find him. All the way in the lane. And so the Blazers found a way to push the ball, flatten the defense, get the three. Now, this is a zone defense, and the Trailblazers are just going to move the ball with the pass. Tyrese Maxey overhelps. Toumani Camara was not the guy to leave tonight when it came to three-point shots. So we saw the 3 off the break. We saw the 3 against the zone, but it was the defense that was doing the work. Look at all of the attention. Make Tyrese Maxey play in the crowd. I think we said that in the pregame show, and this is an illustration of why and how. Oh, and then Drew Holiday. He's like, no, Toumani, you take it because you're the hot hand tonight.
They definitely had that extra pass finding who was hot, as you mentioned it. And check this out. Most 3-pointers by Trailblazers in a game. Check that out, man. Making history.
Oh, shooting the long ball.
Wow, that's crazy. And you know what else is crazy? Tonight, Donovan Clingan, center. 3 of 4 from 3. Robert Williams, center. Perfect 2 of 2 from 3.
Yeah, I mean, in today's NBA, you've got to have a 3-point shot in your bag. And Donovan Clingan has really found how to read the defense because centers always help. Right. So Donovan Clingan's man is always going to rotate to the ball to protect the rim. Donovan Clingan said, why would I run in there? Because good offense goes where the defense isn't.
Perfectly said. All right. I would love to hear from Tiago Splitter and what he thinks about this one. So let's go ahead and head downstairs and hear from the coach.
So what do you think sparked that run in the third quarter?
I think we took care of the ball. Only 2 turnovers that quarter. Our defense was on point. I think, between Toumani, Jeremy, DC, Rob, Drew, I think it was a great defensive quarter out there. Of course, Toumani made 8 threes, career high, 30 points. So it helps when you make a lot of shots and you don't turn over the ball and give them layups. So that was the key there, 49-22 in the third.
How easier is life for this team when Denny suits up and plays?
I mean, Denny, I didn't expect him to be this aggressive after being for a while out. I thought that he was good. He was aggressive. He was, moving on defense, rebounding. So happy with just the shape that he came back and the mind of attacking the rim again and being aggressive out there.
What does he do for the offensive movement though and the energy, do you think?
I think again we had a fast team in the court with Danny, Drew kicking out, Scoot, So the speed just helped us to get to our spots and they had to shrink and of course we made a shot. So but Danny just brings that energy once he gets the ball, he hits the turbo. And they had to shrink. If not, it's a layup or an open 3. So it was good to see that group playing. That was kind of like the type of basketball that we envisioned from the beginning of the season, to be honest.
You kind of alluded to it, but I think this is the first game where you had Denny and Drew and Scoot and Rob all together. So is that is that the style of play you kind of mentioned that you want this team to play with everyone is ready to go and available?
I think all of them can push. Whoever gets it or DC grabs the rebound and pass the ball, they can push and be aggressive and attack the paint. So it was good to see, that aggressiveness, getting to the paint and spraying the ball out, being, stay connected on offense and pass the ball to each other. We got 35 assists. So I think it was one of the best games we had, just sharing the ball and looking for shots.
What did you see out of Toumani beyond just his hot shooting?
Sorry, say that again?
What did you see out of Toumani beyond just his hot shooting?
I mean, we know he's a good shooter. Of course, you go through some slumps, and I think tonight he was feeling good. He was not thinking too much, and not we don't like when he jabs and shoots it. Just go there and let it fly. Even though tonight I think he made a couple of those where he jabbed and shot the ball, but just a great night for him, and defensively and offensively.
What do you think of how Scoot played tonight?
I think he was solid. Of course he was also maybe he didn't have the same touches, but he was pushing the ball and got a couple of free throws there. Was aggressive, smart, passing the ball around, finding teammates. I think he was good.
All right. Good to go. Thanks, Tiago.
Thank you, Tiago.
We're going to go to the...
Tiago, speaking on a number of players tonight, what was something that you took from that?
Well, I thought the biggest thing he said was when they took care of the basketball in the third quarter, just those 2 turnovers in that 49-point third quarter. Everything he said in association with taking care of the basketball was thematic, because when this team does that, then they can set their defense and they can really unleash their assets, if you will.
I will, Michael. I will. You know what else I'll do? I'll give you tonight's Fred Meyer Golden Shopping Cart winner. No surprise here. Toumani Camara. The efficiency, I spoke with him about it. I loved what he said, and you mentioned it too, Michael. When the team is playing like that, defensively moving, that kind of just helps his offense. But I mean, that line right there, Michael, you do not see that every day.
He shot 80% from the three. 80% from the 3-point line. Come on, Toumani. But then he also showed you that he's got a back to the basket low post game. So don't think I'm just a catch and shoot three. But if you do sleep on it, I can pull it. I got a quick trigger.
Mm-hmm. And he told me it was one of those nights where first few go in and the rim seems huge.
Yeah, and then the team may start looking for him. I mean, that sequence right there where Drew Holiday and Toumani passed the ball back and forth said a lot. Drew Holiday said, I know you got the hot hand, so I'm going to pass you open.
I love that play. There's a little bit of everything from him. He was spectacular from three overall, just a great shooting night. But then he gets to maybe on the end of it, alley-oop. I mean, a perfect night.
And he did the high school chin-up. He caught the alley-oop. He swung from the rim for an extended period of time. Just really having a good time.
Absolutely. All right. When we come back, Tom Haberstroh will join the show. Guess who he's talking about? Toumani Camara. He wasn't the one to bring us the stat about the headband. So he's got more and you want to hear it. Elevate your game day experience from the Columbia Bank Suite level. Enjoy private bars. Music was ominous. Taking a look at the photo of the night. Guess who? Toumani just checking out his work. Michael just saying, yeah, that's nice. I like what I did there.
Oh, he's just leaning with it.
He's totally leaning with it. Credit to Ian Cox for getting that one. All right. There's a theme here tonight. We're renaming the Fred Meyer postgame show the Toumani Camara Fred Meyer postgame show. So we're bringing in Tom because why not? I mean, what a night for our good friend Toumani. We're so happy for him. His teammates so happy for him as well, getting it done on both ends. I'm sure you'll have some amazing stat about Toumani tonight.
Yeah, I had to put on the Bill Walton
headband
after what we saw from Toumani Camara tonight. Brooke, when you see the numbers, when you see the happiness, the joy from Toumani Camara, we got to get the headband for the rest of the season, as you asked him after the game. It was an incredible interview, and I got to give you some numbers here that will kind of put a frame on the picture, as Michael likes to say. When you see the stats from Toumani Camara, That was the most efficient scoring night in Blazers history. If you want to call it that, here's the stat for you. Toumani Camara had 30 points on 12 field goal attempts, and he had 1 trip to the free throw line. His true shooting percentage was 115%. What is true shooting percentage? That's essentially your field goal percentage weighted for 3-pointers and free throw attempts made. So essentially it says, how well would you have to shoot on twos in order to match your shooting night? And he would have to shoot 115% on twos. Guess what? You can't do that. That's how efficient he was. You could not shoot better than he did on 2-pointers and still end up with 30 points on those 12 field goal attempts and 1 trip to the free throw line. It's incredible. I mean, 30 points on 12 field goal attempts, 8 of 10 from downtown, a career high for 8 3-pointers made. And as Tiago Splitter talked about, he just looked comfortable all night with that headband. There was no sweat beads dropping down into his eyes. He had a clear vision at the hoop. So Toumani Camara with the headband just absolutely draining threes all night long. And so, look, Toumani Camara is a guy that has the 3-and-D profile, and now he is shooting 36% on the season now that he has that career-high 8 3-pointers made tonight against this Philadelphia 76ers team that with Tyrese Maxey, you were expecting him maybe to have 8 3-pointers, and Toumani Camara finishing an alley-oop on the break from Scoot Henderson. But I got to say, my favorite alley-oop of the night was me to Brooke Olzendam for that stat to Toumani Camara. I love that. It was a great interview. Great job. Most fun I've had on a Blazers broadcast in a long time.
No, that was awesome. I got to say, I know that Michael has something to say to you because I've never seen him once. We've been doing this for a long time. Drop his pen when he saw a statistic.
No, you said 115% effective field goal percentage. And I thought that means if he goes to the store and spends $1, they give him 15 cents.
I know.
I don't know.